Are you thinking about joining the 55 Plus Community Club? Well, this is a very personal decision, and there are some cons and some pros to consider if you are ready to take that leap. Because moving into a 55 Plus community can be like unlocking the ultimate level of retirement. But before you dive headfirst into poolside margaritas, this video will provide you information you really need to consider. Well, hi, I'm Maria Wells, your neighborhood real estate expert on the Treasure Coast of Florida. And if you're new to my channel, a big warm welcome. Remember to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join me every week for the lowdown on all things Florida real estate. I want you to buckle up because I'm about to break down the nitty-gritty of taking the step into the next adventure in your life. So let's chat about some of the key questions and facts to ponder for a better understanding. First, you may not be aware, but there is an 80-20 rule that guides 55 and over communities. So putting it simply, it's like this. This rule is derived from federal law, which provides at least 80% of the occupied homes have one resident who is 55 and older. The 20% remaining is a cushion, allowing some flexibility in age requirements, which I will get to you in a minute. However, regardless of the 80-20 rule, those 18 years and younger cannot live in the homes. Now, there are some exceptions for disabled persons who live with their older parents, and this is a great question to ask your realtor when making this decision if you fall into this category. So let's go into the cons first. Over the years, these developments, or at least some of the newer ones, have become expensive. In Florida, land has become expensive, which adds to the cost of building. Plus, the amenities in these communities add a lot of expense. So many of the developments are beautiful, but you are going to pay for it. Now, for the older communities, they're a little more expensive now too, because especially the condos that are 3 or more stories tall and located near the ocean, they have become quite costly. Florida has instituted inspections for these communities, and many condo associations are levying extensive assessments of possibly $10,000 or more, in addition to increasing the monthly fee. So be careful when you decide to call that area home. You may want to watch this video to understand more about these milestone inspections. Next is the association may have too many rules. If you have not lived in a planned community, this is something you are going to want to consider. Are you ready for someone constantly looking over your shoulder to see if you follow the rules? This is not just for 55 and over communities. Many who have moved into planned communities have a real adjustment period with all the watchdogs that wander the neighborhood to make sure everything is perfect. Next is selling your 55 and over home in that type of community. You will have a smaller pool of buyers when you want to sell, as they have to be, of course, 55 and over. So just consider it may take you longer to sell your home when it's time to move, unless it happens to be a very popular development. Next is restrictions on visitors. So for instance, no matter how responsible your adult children are, they cannot be in the home if you are out of town. So for instance, if this is a second home, allowing the kids to come down and get away for a while may sound like a great idea, but don't even dream about it. It cannot happen. This is one of the cons that has prevented many younger 55s from purchasing. Next are the rental restrictions. This is no different than many other associations, but you need to find out if you are considering renting to offset costs in case this is a second home. Many developments make you have a waiting period, such as you have to own it for 2 years before you can rent, and they may only allow you one lease a year, and you have other ideas what you would like to do if you turn it into a rental. Also, I want you to consider this item can be more important than you think if you want to leave your home to your children when you are gone. You've done everything right. Their name is on the deed. Ownership is secured, right? Well, not so fast. Ownership is secured, but it doesn't necessarily grant them the golden ticket to live there. Thanks to those community bylaws, there are some things you need to think about. Your child can own the house, but they would need to sell or rent it depending on those rules until they reach that great age of 55 and over. Or what about if your spouse is younger than you? Well, they can typically stay in the unit, but it's a big but. Check those regulations before you decide to purchase. The last one is the privacy alert. These communities are like one big happy family where everyone knows your business and the grapevine works faster than your Wi-Fi. Can you handle the spotlight, or are you the Sherlock Holmes of personal space? There is no difference than any other planned community. The only difference is that retirees have more time to see what others are doing. So I want to give you some pros because these are great communities for you to consider. If you have a disabled child who is over 18, they can typically live in the community. If you are in this category, this is a big deal to have this option, especially with all the advantages of living in this type of community. Next pro is these places are like a Disneyland for retirees, with amenities galore, swimming pools, fitness centers, pickleball, and social clubs that could put your college frat parties to shame. So you need to ask yourself, do these activities align with your interests or your lifestyle? If you're more into bingo than bungee jumping, you're in the right place. These communities are typically located in prime real estate areas of Florida. They were built in some of the best locations, and now, with that said, those buildings are older and some have old designs, such as the laundry room might be down the hall, not in your home. So make sure to investigate this before getting all excited about the location and cost. Also, everything is taken care of. The ability to live a carefree life is an absolute reality. Typically, all the outside maintenance is taken care of, and you can live a life of travel and adventure while everything back home is being handled. Also, there are many like-minded people. This can be both a pro and a con. You may be at the point in your life where you just don't want all the chaos that comes with young families. Then this is absolutely perfect. However, many miss having the younger generation, and oftentimes residents feel that they are not as old as their neighbors and find this maybe a little depressing. Well, ultimately, choosing a 55 plus community is a personal decision. So make sure to ask yourself these questions. Look into all the rules so you are comfortable with your new lifestyle to see if you're ready to embrace the silver lining. So remember to hit that subscribe button for more golden nuggets of wisdom, and let's go to this video for information on 55 plus areas. So until next time, stay young at heart, my friends, and see you later.